It's that feeling you can't quite explain. She looked at you, then quickly looked away. You probably thought, she's just distracted. But what if I told you that glance meant everything? That in that tiny moment when your eyes almost met, she was screaming a message louder than words. I want you to notice me. Think about it. That sudden shift in her voice, the playful touch on her hair, or how she lingers just a second too long. Is it innocent or intentional? Was it all in your head? Or has she been signaling you all along? Comment below. When was the last time you caught one of these signals? Drop a if it finally clicked. And stick around. The last sign flips. Everything you thought you knew. You're sitting at a cafe. The hum of conversation surrounds you, the scent of coffee rising in slow spirals. And then you feel it, a shift in the air. Her eyes, across the room, they lock with yours. For just a second, maybe two. Then she looks down, pretends to scroll her phone, fixes her sleeve. Anything to act like nothing happened. But something did happen. You felt it. That glance? It wasn't an accident. It wasn't just a random flicker of awareness. That was a signal, one of the oldest and most subtle ones we've ever known. But here's the catch. Most men miss it. Because we're taught that if a woman looks away, it means she's not interested. We assume that eye contact must be confident and direct to mean anything. But when a woman glances, then looks away quickly, that's often the exact opposite of rejection. That's shyness wrapped in desire. That's curiosity she's not ready to reveal just yet. She wants you to notice her, but she doesn't want to be obvious. So instead, she lets her eyes speak. And here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just the glance. It's how often she repeats it. You catch her looking once, okay? Coincidence. Twice? You raise your eyebrows. 3 times? That's not an accident anymore. That's a pattern. That's her mind reaching out while her body pretends to stay. Still, let me give you a moment. You're at a bookstore. You're thumbing through a copy of The Art of Seduction. A few shelves over, she's pretending to browse. But every few seconds, her head tilts, her gaze floats your way, then retreats like a tide. She's not looking at the books. She's looking at you, then acting like she isn't. And you probably tell yourself, she's just looking around. But your gut says otherwise. That's the moment to trust your instincts, because she's not just glancing. She's hoping. Hoping you'll see her. Hoping you'll pick up on it. Hoping, without ever saying a word, that you'll be the one who notices what no one else does. So here's your move. Next time you catch her looking, don't look away immediately. Hold that gaze. Let it settle between you. And then just a subtle, confident smile. Nothing cocky. Nothing forced. Just a man who knows. Because when you do that, you flip the dynamic. You make her feel seen. Not just looked at, but understood. And most guys will never get that far. But you just did. There's something almost magical about the way her voice changes. And chances are, you've heard it before without even realizing it. You're at a bar. The music's loud. Her friends are laughing. Their voices bouncing off the walls, playful and loud. And then something shifts. She leans in, just slightly, toward you. And suddenly, her voice softens. It doesn't shout. It doesn't compete with the noise around you. It drops, almost like a secret. You lean in, drawn by something you can't quite explain. Her words are slower, warmer. Her laughter, a little breathier, almost like she's savoring the moment between syllables. Did you ever notice that? Most guys don't, because we're taught to watch for words, to focus on what she's saying instead of how she's saying it. But women speak in layers, and their voices are often the first layer to give them away. When she's interested, her voice changes without her even knowing it. It can go higher, almost playful, teasing, or lower, sultry, intimate, like every word is wrapped in velvet. Sometimes it gets breathy, like she can't quite catch her breath around you. And here's the thing, it's not a performance. It's instinct. Her body is subconsciously pulling you in, creating a bubble where only the two of you exist. Imagine this. She's joking around with her friends. Loud, confident, maybe even a little sarcastic. But the second she turns to you, everything changes. Her voice softens. Her words stretch out. She leans in closer, eyes lingering a second too long. And yet, you might think, oh, she's just being polite. But that's the illusion. She's not just talking softer to be nice. She's shifting gears, sending out a signal wrapped in sound waves. A signal only the tuned-in guy will pick up on. Here's the psychology behind it. When a woman's attracted, her vocal pitch can shift due to arousal or nervousness. Her body's literally preparing to connect. She's unconsciously altering her voice to draw you in. It's primal. It's powerful. And it's invisible to most men. But you're paying attention now. So next time you're in a conversation and her voice changes, slow down. Lean in. Let her feel that you noticed. Because when you catch it, when you lock into that subtle shift, you're no longer just the guy at the bar. You're the guy who sees what others miss. And trust me, women notice the men who notice them back. You ever notice how some people just seem to find reasons to be closer? Not physically crowded, not by accident, but deliberately close. Close enough that the space between you feels electric, almost like a secret waiting to be uncovered. Picture this. You're at a party. The music pulses. People laugh and shout across the room. She's not just standing near you. She's inching closer, step by step, as if the air around you pulls her in. She laughs at your jokes a little louder. She leans in when you talk. Like the noise is an excuse to cross that invisible line of personal space. You might be thinking, she's just standing close because it's crowded. But is it really? Look around. She could be anywhere, by the snack table, talking to someone else. But she's here, right beside you. Here's the thing about proximity. It's one of the most primal signs of interest there is. When a woman likes you, her brain lowers the usual barriers of distance. Her subconscious says, I want to be near you. It's like an unspoken invitation, but it's subtle. It's not about shoving boundaries or being overtly flirty. It's about inches, those tiny shifts in space that say, I'm comfortable. I want you close. Most guys don't catch this. They think personal space is fixed, like an invisible bubble everyone carries around. But women have a way of bending that bubble around the people they want. And when she moves closer, it's a test, a challenge, a quiet way of saying, are you going to step up? She watches your reaction. Does your body relax? Do you lean in too? Or do you shrink back, nervous and unsure? Here's a quick secret. When she leans in and you mirror that, just a little, you're showing her you're on the same wavelength. It's a silent agreement, a dance without words. Remember the last time you were at a social event? Maybe she kept adjusting her position, edging closer with every laugh. Maybe she brushed her hand against your arm by accident. That wasn't happenstance. That was her proximity play. And when you catch it, when you feel it, everything changes. Suddenly, the distance between two strangers collapses. Suddenly, there's a space just for the two of you. Most guys miss this completely. But not you, because you're the kind of man who notices how close she lets you get. And that means you're already ahead. So next time you feel her closing in, don't pull away. Lean in. Match her step for step. Because that silent closeness is the space where attraction grows. Have you ever noticed her fingers gently twisting the ends of her hair as she listens to you? Or maybe how she casually adjusts her necklace mid-conversation, her hand lingering just long enough to draw your attention. Most men would write it off as random fidgeting, nerves, or even boredom, but they're missing a crucial truth. She's not nervous because she's uncomfortable around you. She's nervous because deep down, she cares what you think. She's subconsciously preparing herself, fine-tuning tiny details of her appearance, quietly making sure she looks perfect in your eyes. Imagine this. You're out for drinks with friends, and the conversation flows effortlessly. She's laughing at your jokes, her eyes sparkling under the warm glow of the lights. But then, subtly, you catch a flick of her wrist, straightening the bracelet that didn't even need fixing. Or the way she softly bites her lip, her fingers, smoothing down her dress. Your first thought might be, she's distracted. But pause for a moment and see the deeper truth. Those subtle gestures aren't accidents. They're signals. This is ancient primal behavior. For thousands of years, humans have communicated attraction through these tiny subconscious rituals. Women instinctively preen, straighten, and subtly adjust their appearance when they feel attraction. Her body is literally wired to present itself in the best possible way when it senses your attention. She's telling you, without words, that your opinion matters, that she wants you to find her desirable. Most guys will never recognize these silent signals. But now, you're not like most guys. Here's another scenario. You're at a cafe, chatting comfortably. She keeps crossing and uncrossing her legs, occasionally smoothing her skirt, fingers grazing her thigh. At first glance, it might seem like she's simply restless, but if you look deeper, you'll see she's unconsciously inviting your eyes, drawing your attention without even realizing it herself. It's not random fidgeting. It's careful, subconscious choreography. She's staging herself, subtly setting the scene so you see her in the most attractive light possible. Next time you're talking to a woman who catches your interest, watch closely for these subtle behaviors. Notice how she touches her neck, adjusts her clothing or toys with her jewelry. And when you spot it, don't hesitate. Give her a slight, knowing smile. Nothing cocky, just confident, acknowledging what she's quietly expressing. Because the moment you let her know you've noticed, you open the door to something deeper, an unspoken connection. She'll feel both vulnerable and excited, realizing you're a man who sees beyond the surface. Most men stay oblivious, never tuning into these delicate gestures. But now you understand the truth. Beneath every subtle touch and quiet adjustment lies a hidden language of attraction. And by noticing this, by understanding this, you've stepped into a world most men will never know. You've cracked the code and she sense it. Have you ever felt it, the gentle, casual touch that lands just a second too long? It's subtle. It seems innocent enough. A playful tap on your arm after you make her laugh. The lingering brush of fingertips as she hands something to you. Easy to overlook. Easy to dismiss. But make no mistake, there's nothing accidental about it. Picture this. You're at a gathering, conversation flowing effortlessly. You say something funny, and her laughter fills the room. And right then, as her eyes crinkle with joy, her hand softly touches your shoulder. Just for a heartbeat longer than necessary. In that tiny gesture lies everything. It's not just her being friendly or polite. It's her way of asking, silently, but clearly, do you feel this too? Most guys feel that touch and convince themselves it was nothing. They brush it aside, afraid of misreading the signals. But here's the deeper truth. The touch test is one of the clearest signs of attraction a woman will ever give. Think back. Remember the last time she casually touched your arm while speaking, or brushed your hand when reaching for something. How did you respond? Did you notice? Or did you dismiss it, thinking it meant nothing at all? The reality is simple yet powerful. Women rarely initiate physical contact, even casual touch, without intent. It's a calculated risk, even if subconscious. She's testing your boundaries, gauging your reaction, wondering if he'll acknowledge the spark she just lit between you. And yet most guys hesitate. Their minds spin with doubts. Did she mean to do that? Am I imagining this? They lose themselves in uncertainty, missing their chance entirely. But you're not most guys. Now, you see behind the curtain. Here's your next move. Next time, you feel that gentle, lingering touch return it. Not aggressively, not abruptly. Just subtly, warmly, comfortably match her gesture. If she places her hand on your arm, casually touch your shoulder when you reply. If your fingers brush accidentally, let them linger an extra heartbeat, holding her gaze confidently as you do. Because in that moment, you're silently answering her question. You're saying, clearly but quietly, yes, I feel it too. When you respond this way, her attraction deepens instantly. You're no longer just another guy oblivious to her signals. You're the one who reads between the lines, who understands her quiet language. Remember, every gentle touch she initiates is a secret she's quietly sharing. It's vulnerability disguised as casual interaction, attraction disguised as friendship. Most men walk away without ever realizing it happened. But you're tuned in now, and that's why, next time, you'll recognize the warmth of her fingers brushing yours, the intentional pause of her hand on your arm. You'll see clearly what others overlook. And in that clarity lies your power, your quiet confidence that turns casual moments into meaningful connections. Have you ever been chatting with a woman, feeling that undeniable chemistry, when suddenly, out of nowhere, she throws out a playful challenge, a teasing remark, or gently disagrees with something you said? Maybe she rolls her eyes at your taste in music, smirks at your favorite movie, or playfully pokes fun at your choices. And in that moment, you wonder, did I say something wrong? Is she annoyed? Here's the deeper truth. She's not annoyed. Far from it. She's testing you. Women do this without even thinking, because instinctively, they're drawn to men who can handle a little pushback. It's not hostility. It's curiosity. She wants to see if you have the emotional confidence to remain unshaken, to meet her playful challenge head-on without losing your composure. Picture this. You're talking about your favorite band, excitedly sharing how their latest album changed your life. Suddenly, she interrupts you with a teasing grin. Wait, seriously? You listened to them? You pause for a second, thrown off balance. But instead of getting defensive, you smile confidently and shoot back playfully, absolutely. What you've got better taste? Prove it. Immediately, something shifts. Her eyes brighten. She's impressed, not because you defended your music taste, but because you didn't shrink under pressure. Most guys feel that gentle pushback and immediately stumble, get defensive, or try desperately to change their opinion to match hers. They fail the test without ever realizing it was happening. But you're smarter than that now. You realize her teasing isn't about the music, the movie, or whatever random topic you're discussing. It's about your strength, your confidence, your ability to hold your ground and stay playful under pressure. She wants to see if you're genuinely self-assured or just putting on an act. Because deep down, women crave authenticity and strength. The quiet confidence of a man who remains true to himself, even in the face of playful teasing. Next time she challenges you, don't hesitate. Embrace it. Tease her back gently, confidently, with a knowing smile. Don't get defensive. Don't fold under pressure. Show her you're secure enough to handle her fire. Because the truth is, she wants you to win this little game. She's rooting for you, even as she tests you. Most men never see this subtle dance for what it really is, a hidden invitation to prove you're the confident, playful man she secretly hopes you are. But you're different now. You recognize the game. You embrace the challenge. And when you pass her test, you'll see her interest grow before your eyes, her playful smile becoming warmer, her teasing laughter becoming softer. All because you recognized what others missed. There's one sign most men completely misunderstand. You've probably felt it before. That confusing shift when a woman suddenly pulls away, going quiet after moments filled with warmth, affection, and laughter. One day she's bright-eyed, engaged, responding to your text instantly. The next day, silence. And in that silence, most men panic. You wonder, did I do something wrong? Did I misread everything? Your mind races, replaying every conversation, every glance, every touch, trying to pinpoint the moment it all went wrong. But here's what most men never realize. This sudden silence, this unexpected coolness, often isn't rejection. It's the opposite. It's vulnerability. It's fear. It's her stepping back because things started to feel too real, too fast. And in those moments, she instinctively retreats, testing your reaction. Testing whether you'll chase her desperately or stand calmly, confidently in your strength. Picture this clearly. You've had several amazing interactions with her. Every signal was there. The glance, the voice shift, the playful touch. Then suddenly, it all stops. She takes longer to reply. She seems distant, cautious, unreadable. Your first instinct is anxiety. But take a deep breath, slow down. Here's what's actually happening inside her mind. She's realized she's genuinely attracted. That scares her a little. Attraction can make her feel vulnerable, exposed. Her pulling back is a subconscious defense mechanism, a silent, powerful question. Can you handle this? Can you handle me? Most men answer that question all wrong. They panic, chase desperately, texting more, becoming needy or insecure. And in doing that, they fail the ultimate test. But now, you're not most men. You understand the deeper truth beneath her absence. You see the silence not as rejection, but as a quiet invitation, a final challenge to prove you're emotionally strong enough to handle her. So here's exactly what you do. Give her space. Stay confident, relaxed, playful. Don't chase. Wait a moment, then calmly, confidently re-engage. A simple, playful message or a casual interaction, free of desperation or tension. When you do this, she feels secure again. She sees clearly you're strong enough to handle her emotional shifts, mature enough not to crumble under pressure. And suddenly, everything flips again. Her warmth returns, stronger than before, because now she feels safe, understood, seen. She realizes you're not like other men. You're someone who doesn't misinterpret her vulnerability as rejection. Someone confident enough to withstand the quiet storms of emotional testing. This is the ultimate sign, the one most men never see clearly. But now, you're different. You recognize it. You embrace it. And when you do, the game changes forever. Because now you're the man who sees behind the curtain, the one who reads her silence and knows exactly what it means. And trust me, she's been waiting a long time for a man who finally understands. Her glance lingers, then flees. Her voice softens or changes. She moves closer again and again. She fidgets, preens, adjusts. She touches you even lightly. She teases or playfully challenges you. She suddenly pulls away and watches your reaction. Now, the next time you encounter these moments, you'll know exactly what's happening. Because now you've got the keys that most men never find. You've cracked the silent code.